Hello, everybody, and welcome to ABCs of RPGs. Today, I'm going to be joined by some players, Dan, Justin, Spencer. I'll let them introduce themselves in a second. But I'm Dalton, and I'm going to be running everybody through a game called CY BORG. Today, we played MÖRK BORG last time, and CY BORG is kind of like a game very inspired by the rules of MÖRK BORG. And has a similar visual style, also published by Free League. So I think all of us are very, very excited to play more in like that sort of similar rules light system and in a more like cyberpunk world. To give you a little introduction of the game, CY BORG bills itself as a nano-infested doomsday RPG about cybernetic misfits and punks raging against a relentless corporate hell. So it very much leans into the just like awful doomsday, just rot that is like cyberpunk, and less about like it being like a just cool future times, like some things do. But that's kind of like intro to the game. If you were here for our MÖRK BORG streams, we did something where we just kind of made our characters on stream, did the little intro mission in the back of the book, and we're going to do something similar like that today. I don't know, did any of you guys want to introduce yourselves real quick, and then we can start to talk a little bit more about the game? Dan, do you want to start us off?
What's up, everyone? My name's Dan. Pronouns he, him. Been playing TTRPGs for over a decade now. Played cyberpunk before, so I'm really excited to play like this kind of rules light version. It's not a version of cyberpunk, but it is a rules light game that has cyberpunk flavor, so I don't know, I'm really excited. Anyway, next one up is Spencer.
Hey everybody, I'm Spencer. Taking a look at this game, it's like, Dalton talking about like this is more like the apocalypse, like kind of grimy, disgusting, the world's falling apart. Yeah, in Cyberpunk 2077 or Cyberpunk Red, I'm like, okay, yeah, I would, some of the stuff is like kind of like sketchy, but I could see myself living in this world. This is one I don't think I would trade, like, oh, you get a robot arm. It's like, yeah, but it's not worth it to be in this world. I don't want to be here. So I'm excited to see how gross and disgusting and awesome it is. But ultimately, I believe fruitless fighting against the corpos in this game. So I'm excited. Next up, we have Justin.
Hi, everybody. I'm Justin. I've been playing TTRPGs for like 20 years. Yeah, I'm excited to just get going on this kind of like Blade Runner-esque fantasy world. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get metal.
Nice.
Let's get metal.
If you're at all like familiar with like cyberpunk trappings, you'll know a little bit about how these worlds are set up, where it's near-ish future. Everybody is full under the hellish boot of capitalism. You've got your fancy corpos and their big ivory towers looking down on everybody else.
Bastards.
Yeah, holding their wealth and status over the rest of the world, while the struggling everyman is just fighting against society and debt and everything, but still managing to make cool art and fashion and fun shit, despite the hell they live in. And we get to play some of those cool dudes, trying to find some amount of light and creativity in this awful world that capitalism has created. I'm going to go over a little bit some of the rules. This will be very much review for our players and anybody who's touched MÖRK BORG before, but the most important rule in CY BORG is Rule 0. Now, every rule in this book is kind of meant to be encouraged, broken, replaced, messed around to your content, except for one. There is one very important rule that I want you guys all to internalize and keep in mind as we're playing. The player characters cannot, under any circumstances, Be loyal or have sympathy to the corpse, the cops, or the capitalist system. You might find yourselves reluctantly forced to do missions for them or their minions, but make no mistake, they are the enemy. One of my favorite rule zeros in any game I've ever read. Most rule zeros are the feel free to mess with any of the rules. That's just assumed here. Actual rule zero is fuck corpse, fuck money.
I love that. That's the biggest distinction between Cyberpunk and Red and now is because you could play like a corporation like executive in Cyberpunk Red. It doesn't seem like that's the case at all here. It's like no, they are the enemy.
Yeah, I mean you could technically play someone who
is a spy.
Is in a corp, yeah, but they might be like actively working against it on the inside or just hate their life or like have recently escaped from corporate hell. Something like that. But quick overview of the rules. Like many tabletop RPGs, this will operate on a series of skill tests. You'll have 5 abilities: agility, knowledge, presence, strength, or toughness. Those will have modifiers associated with them, ranging from -3 to +3. Anytime that I'll call for like a check, I'll set like a difficulty rating from like 6 to 18. That'll indicate whether it's like a simple task, if it's like a 6, or an almost impossible task at an 18. You'll roll a d20, add your modifier for the relevant ability, and see if you rolled over if you equal to or greater than the difficulty rating. And if you did, you passed. There's a few other rules in here that might be kind of familiar, similar reskin rules. Obviously there's weapons and armor. Those will work the same, where they'll have a damage die. You roll a die and that determines how much damage that the weapon deals or the amount of damage that the armor subtracts from the damage. We'll have there's a little bit of ammo tracking in this game since you're firing a lot of guns. It's very simple. Basically, after a fight, you just do a quick roll to see if you've run out of ammo for that particular weapon or not. And I like that. It's a little bit better than having to keep track of I have 12 mags, each of them fires 3 bursts in them, that sort of thing. I think it fits better. But there's also some other weapons. There's some cool single-use ammo that works almost like spells. Instead of potions, there's a table of drugs that works similar to potions. There's a page of cyber tech if you want cool smart hair that you can change your hairstyle at will, or retracting cyber claws if you want those. Instead of scrolls and magic, you have apps, which are things that you install into your cyber deck if you happen to own a cyber deck. And there are nano powers, which nobody really knows where they came from, but they're cool and give you cool abilities and also terrible consequences for using them. And then there's glitches, which work like omens from MÖRK BORG. You'll have a couple of them. You'll re-roll them when you run out, and they let you do things like deal max damage or re-roll a roll, something like that. But overall, it's very similar. Combat works the same, where you'll either test strength for a melee attack or presence or agility for a ranged, and then do an agility test for defending against stuff with crits, fumbles, all that. Does anybody have any questions about kind of the world or the rules or anything that we want to talk about before we kind of get into making our characters together?
Normally, I'd be well, what kind of cyberpunk world is this? But you already kind of touched on that. Kind of gross, grimy, fighting the corpos. And if you haven't seen the aesthetic of Cyborg, I think it does a really good job at communicating what kind of world this kind of is. I'm already taking a peek at some of the stuff ahead, and it looks really cool. But no, I'm good ultimately.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you want a quick vibe, the first sentence you really get about the city of Cy, that's kind of the name of the city we're in, is Cy, is the messed up world they left us. And the world is ending again and again and again and again and again. And the opening thing about Cy is that we should have burned this city centuries ago. So just about everybody is fed up with this horrid hell that we have subjected ourselves to. But cool. If nobody has any questions about that stuff, I think we can all get to making our characters together. I have a hard copy of the book here. If you have like the PDF, I know it's like the page is numbered 39. Obviously, like PDFs can be sometimes weird about like the page number in the corner of the book being different from the page number of a PDF.
Looks like it's the same for us.
Cool. But in the spirit of OSR games, we're going to be rolling our characters again. I personally love rolling random characters.
Yes.
I think that it adds a whole lot of neat things that I personally never really would have thought of when I'm coming up with characters, especially when you're using all of the tables available to you. I end up with stuff that's so much more creative than I can like come up with on my own.
And speaking of tables and creating your character, Dalton, one of the things that I love about this that I'm sure you've noticed on page 39 at the bottom, there is a helpful flowchart here to help guide us along, including the optional hacks, which is like the classes and stuff. Because it looks like just like MÖRK BORG, you don't have to use the classes. You can just make a character, but if you want to, you can also choose one of the 6 classes that they got.
Yeah. So yeah, similar to our great and very memorable Cyberpunk Red gameplay, we'll be following a flowchart to make our characters. Only this one is a lot shorter. Our first step, you're gonna roll for roll for a kind of class. There's 6 classes in this book that we have, and that'll kind of inform some of the gear, abilities, hit points, debt, glitches that your character may have. And then after that, you'll roll for abilities, roll for any like features, like styles, obsessions that your characters may have, and then we'll come back and roll for all of the stuff that your character gets, the debt your character has, and some of the other extra stuff. So if everybody wants to roll a d6 for me, and we can figure out what your class is going to be.
So, not sure if Dan and Justin have rolled yet, but I rolled a d6 and I got a 2, which I think puts. Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
I was just gonna say, which page does it start on again?
The first class is going to be on page 42, I think.
It's always 42.
Yeah.
That's
6
the
times
answer to
9.
life.
Okay, all right. That makes a heck of a lot more sense. Let's go find this. I don't have permission.
I don't have permission to roll.
Yeah, Spencer, you gotta.
Oh no!
Justin.
Hold on, I can.
Why'd you do this, Spencer?
I thought
this is a betrayal, the likes of which mankind has never seen.
We will never recover from this.
I will never recover from this.
All right, there we go.
Emotionally, financially.
Man, Spencer, I just watched you just like make a mockery of this of our permissions and roles and stuff.
I just threw everyone in. I checked all the boxes. It was like, all right, everybody can roll.
It still doesn't let me.
What?
You?
How did making a specific,
you lying little bitch.
How did making a specific like dice roll channel prevent everybody from rolling?
All right, I got 3. 3 is. What is 3?
Oh, we lost Justin for a second. He'll be back.
Oh no. It's the dice roll. The dice roll threw him off, kicked him out.
I bet, yeah. Okay, but seriously, wait, which ones?
I was like, fuck this. I'm out.
No, Spencer, you added them, but you didn't like give them permission to like send messages.
Did you fix it then?
Allow members to send messages in this channel. Maybe? Dan, can you try rolling in the dice rolls channel now?
I did. I got 2.
Justin rolled the same thing as me.
Are we the same class?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I already rolled and rolled 3, but I'll roll again just to
Cool.
You
Okay.
can
We've
do 3 if
confirmed
you
that you
want.
can roll. You can still be 3, but we've confirmed that you can roll in the dice roll chat.
Oh, I
Yes.
think you're gonna like number 3 class, Dan.
So what have we got here? We've got 2 burned hackers and a discharged corp killer. It seems like.
Yup.
I guess so.
A good soldier in bad company. Oh wow. Okay. What is this one about? That's what I'm like trying to.
Mm-hmm.
So burned hacker. The description is you were one of the sharpest deckers in CY. No one could use tech or warp the world with an app like you could. You don't know what went wrong. You messed up. Maybe you were tricked. Maybe you got sloppy. You glimpsed a terrible truth. And now you're burnt. No collective, no fallback, nothing. Sick.
Yeah, so actually, I can give a little explanation on that. So a lot of cyberpunk stuff includes like the net and like hacking and networks and stuff. In the world of Cyborg, in the city of Cy, the net is described as like a fractal amalgamation of like AR and VR, old internet and cyberspace. It's just kind of like this ever-present layer on top of reality that everybody is subjected to. You view it through your retinal communication device or through like a cyber deck. Basically, everybody in this world has an RCD to view like the top layers of the net. But if you have a cyber deck, you can, and like the mental fortitude, you can kind of delve deeper and pull out more of it. But it is just kind of like this disgusting smear we've put over top reality that people interact with. And then Dan, did you want to talk about your corp killer and what they're like?
Yeah. So a good soldier in bad company, all fighting else's power in the name of greed. Capitalism crushed your enthusiasm quickly enough, and you were discharged without severance. So like, I'm getting, like, all right, so you were working for, like an Arasaka, like a huge, corpo, and they let you go. Now you're, just street trash, right?
Yeah.
You got all these skills and nothing to do with them. So I'm guessing probably a lot of merc work, shit like that.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's everybody's
Yeah.
classes. Justin, just double checking with you. If you're good, I have no problem with you playing a burnt hacker, but if you wanted to do a different class, you're more than welcome.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna reroll. Just because I want us, I think it's gonna be more fun if we all play different classes.
Yeah. That's why I suggested it.
I got a 5.
Cool. Do you have your book open?
I do. Hold on.
While you're looking at that, Justin, I did want to mention, it looks like with Discharge Corpo Killer, you get to you took something from your employer when you left the force. So I'm really excited to roll for this because the options are heavy laser heavy laser cannon, incendiary shotgun, prototype smart assault rifle.
Yes. What page is it again?
Your class is page 50.
Okay.
Or it should be, I believe. Yeah,
Renegade
number 5.
Cyber Slasher.
Shunned Nanomancer.
Oh, this looks sweet.
Yeah.
What is the? But where's the? How do I know what character I am? What's that
so
page?
it says 5 in the top left hand corner. It's page 50. It's pink.
Oh, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
Renegade Nerd Slasher.
Cyber Slasher.
Oh, Cyber Slasher.
I thought it was
Cyber
nerd at
Slasher.
first too. Yeah.
It's my stabbing hands.
Yeah.
You are death incarnate, a frenzied flurry of chrome, murder, and blood-stained steel. But yours is no mindless rage. You match with your trained and cybernetically enhanced body with equally disciplined mind. You use to kill for a cause, for an ideal. Now I kill for money.
Nice.
This is my stabbing knife. I'm Roberto.
So we've got a hacker who's seen one too many things. We've got a former bodyguard with a grudge, and we've got an assassin, a stabby guy who wants nothing more than to stab more stuff. It sounds like.
Just want to stab.
So next up, all of your classes should have specific roles for your abilities, similar to the classes before. Like Justin, you're gonna roll 3d6 plus 1 for your strength and presence, and 3d6 minus 2 for your knowledge, and then the normal 3d6 for the other two.
Mm-hmm.
So
Not
if you
a reader.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. See me, I'm cutting edge, so I get 3d6 plus 2 for knowledge, but then also I'm gonna 3d6 minus 1 for strength and toughness.
Mm-hmm. And then keep in mind, once you've done your roll and you get like the result of the roll, you map that to the modifier, and that modifier is the only number you need going forward. You don't need to keep a hold of the actual roll you made ever again.
I rolled really poor for knowledge.
That sucks.
Ooh. Nice. My strength is awesome. And then what do I roll next? Presence. Ooh.
I rolled 3 1s for my strength.
Damn, that sucks.
And I minus 1 from it, so I have a -3 strength.
You're like
are you in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
I think so.
You're like the dude in you're like Robot in Invincible before he got his new clone body.
You're not even that smart. I have a +0 for knowledge.
Oh,
boy.
I have a 6 for knowledge. I'm dumb.
I also have a 6 for knowledge.
Sure, this heist is gonna go great.
Hey, I'm here for stabbing.
I have +1 to toughness, though. Let's go.
My resume was very explicit about this. Not a reader, good at stabbing. It's a very short resume.
Time to roll my presence and see how the presence goes. Oh, that's a 4. Okay. All right. I am not very present. All right, but it's time for toughness.
Let's see. So strength.
Ooh.
Oh, and it's just regular. So my agility is going to be just a regular 6, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If it doesn't specify, it's just the 3d6 like normal.
Okay.
And remember to take your number, map it to the modifier, and then write down the modifier you get.
Oh.
17.
The modifiers are on pages 40. Oh, it's just on page 40. So like a 1 to 4 is a -3, a 5 to 6 is a -2, a 7 to 8 is a -1, a 9 to 12 is 0, 13 to 14 is +1, 15 to 16 +2, and 17 to 20 +3.
Nice.
Yeah, I unfortunately am not in a wheelchair because my agility is +1. Unless that's just me rolling my wheels real quick.
Yeah, you hacked your wheelchair into being really fast. You steer it with your brain.
I got nitrous. Like
What is 16 again? What's the modifier on 16?
+2.
+2.
+2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This
I'm
guy's
really
not.
inspired by the Fast and the
this-
Furious to like I have flames painted on the side of my wheelchair.
Tokyo Drift
That makes
specifically.
it go faster. Don't you know anything about Warhammer?
Yeah,
If you paint flames on the side or lightning bolts,
it makes it go
faster.
faster. Yeah.
Everything should run on orc rules.
Were you gonna say something about Tokyo Drift, Dalton?
Well, yeah, I was saying like if he was inspired by Fast and the Furious, but specifically Tokyo Drift,
Tokyo Drift.
because that's the best one.
Clearly.
It is one of my favorite Fast and Furious. Oh, okay, cool. Agility is 13, so that's a +1, right?
Yes, a 13 is a
Yes.
+1.
Dalton, this might be jumping ahead. Underneath my on page 45, underneath my cutting edge and unhealthy living, where I just rolled that, and I rolled my other stats, which is just 3d6. It goes into, it says start with a cyber deck with knowledge plus 4 slots and a random app. So I'm guessing a cyber deck is just probably an equipment item I have.
Yes, yeah, and
sure
that is getting ahead. We'll get there.
I'm sorry.
And toughness is 3d6 as well, right?
So yes, toughness is a base 3d6 plus or minus whatever you're told to do, if anything.
And then 11 is plus 0? Plus minus 0?
And 11 is plus 0, yeah. Or minus 0, depending on if you're a glass half full or empty kind of person.
I always do plus minus 0.
That way you're covering both bases.
That's how I usually do it when I do these kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but that made it really small in my PDF. All right, just 0.
Looks like I get some armor too.
Yeah, Dan, just like you said, you stole something from your previous workplace. I built an app. I'm very excited to learn more about that.
Yeah. So once everybody has all of their abilities, kind of the next step is to roll for like our features, style, obsession, and any like tables on your class. Like Spencer, you mentioned that you built an app, and on a deep dive of the cyber cosmos, you found some like terrible truth. I think Dan, you have your whatever you took from your employer and what your deployment was, and Justin, you have a ritual you start each day with, and a trench coat that hides something cool of yours.
Yes. Start with 1d12, roll for a random cyber tech, and replace any app or nano with another d12 cyber tech.
So I got a crowd control air cannon. It only does D6 damage, but it can hit up to D3 targets close to each other.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And like in this game, like D6 could kill mooks. Like that could kill random guards.
Wait, so would I put that in equipment or would I put that under weapon? On the...
I think you could put that under either or. I mean, like I think equipment and weapons all take up slots in terms of like how much you can carry. For reference, this game works on kind of like a slot-based carrying capacity. You can carry, I think it's your strength modifier plus 8 normal sized items. And you just kind of like hand wave away how much each of those items weigh or anything like that. It's just like you can carry like about 10 things on you at any given moment.
Got it.
Okay. I start my day by strengthening my inner demon through a chaos magic ritual.
That sounds sick.
This is why I have like no hit points. I am a glass cannon when it comes to damage.
Oh God.
I'm very strong, but I have 3 hit points.
Nice. So Justin, did you also roll on what you're hiding in your trench coat?
Wait, hold on 1 second. Renegade, cyber, slasher, and what do I need to roll for what I'm hiding? Oh, a d6. Okay. D6. Oh, 3. A filament Zweihander.
Oh, that sounds cool. That's like a
It sure does.
big sword made out of like carbon fiber is what I get out of that.
Yes, so I have a filament Zweihander, which is German for two-handed sword. That does a D10 that makes everyone around you nervous. Crit hits Crits hit with such force that your target is thrown up in the air, making them an easy target, -2 DR for anyone else.
That's very cinematic sounding. Like you smack someone up in the air so hard that like they're just up, and then everybody else like points and shoots at the dude flying through the air.
Mm-hmm.
Spencer, do you want to pitch us your cool app idea that you have?
Yeah, my cool app idea. My cool app idea is like as a hacker, I really just I thought it'd be hilarious if like I could just like skirt by, like just like made myself invisible to all tech around me except true AI for like 10 minutes. And I thought it was the best app ever, and I thought it was just, you know, me trolling on a lot of people, so I called it LOL. LAWL, LOL.
Nice.
I love it.
And then what did you find? What terrible truth did you find on 4chan last week?
Well, you know, among the deep dive forums, an anonymous poster posted, an unknown collective has opened back doors and sized major data nodes. No hackers have claimed credit yet. A few wannabes on the forums have, but they've been disproven.
Yeah, they've been disproven. Nice. So if you guys want to go to page 54, it starts on like some style tables to like kind of inform a little bit about what your character might look like. I think there's a style table, a feature table on 54 and 55, and then wants, quirk, and an obsession table on the next spread. If you want to roll all those, write them down. And I was like, on these, if something like jumps out to you, like if you're looking at this and you see that like I want to be a part of the razor mouth style. That's what I want. You can pick that. That's fine.
What is the new flesh style?
It is whatever comes to mind when you think about that.
Okay, so I roll a D100.
Yes.
My style.
Yeah, on the
and
style
I get a
table.
feature. Okay.
Yeah, on both of
Okay.
those.
So the way that I interpret new flesh is like not having a lot of chrome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like intentionally not getting a lot of cybernetic augment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I could see that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like it's a new style of cybernetic that's trying to mimic
Flesh.
normal
yeah.
flesh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like you're trying to
Awesome.
look as regularly human as possible, almost, but like
Right.
would you guys like to hear my style?
yeah.
Yes.
The dice are being nice to me today. So I got a 61, which means that my style is necropop,
That's a good one.
Oh.
and my feature is that I have cut off my lips, so it's just the teeth.
It's
So
fucking awful.
I look like I dress like that thing from Hellraiser.
That's awesome.
Shiver.
Yeah.
That's what I look like.
Oh,
That's
man.
sick. I think my favorite on this list, just based off name, is glitch mode.
Glitch
35 and 36. I think that might be my favorite, just based off the name.
So
Okay.
my style that I rolled 50, so I got mimic, and then my feature was elaborate hairstyle.
Wait,
So-
you got that too?
Yeah.
I just got that too. I'm gonna do a pompadour like a Fonzie, like a pompadour.
Fucking love old school pompadours so much.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
definitely doing that too. Yeah. And
Okay.
my mimic style is maybe I look like a greaser, like from back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I have the like black leather jacket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. And you both have pompadours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
I forgot to mention earlier too, my deployment from the corp. You like there's a couple different deployments that you pick or like that you roll for. I rolled a 6th, which is Did not make it far. Washed out. The others were like. The others were like some pretty intense shit. Like one was like a maritime raider, like blowing up oil drigs, like
Yeah.
Like shit like that. And then the last one, the one that I got, no, washed out, didn't make it far.
That's awesome. So yeah, on the next spread, there should be a wants, quirk, and obsession tables for you to also roll on.
Oh, let's go.
Wait, so when it says equipment, strength plus 8 items or DR plus 2 on agility strength tests, what is that?
Where?
How does that look again?
What page are you reading?
I'm looking at my character sheet.
Okay. And what does it say exactly? Sorry.
It says equipment, strength plus 8 items or DR plus 2 on agility / strength tests.
Okay. So what that's basically saying, Justin, is like how many things you can carry. You can carry 8 plus your strength mod, like number of items. So like, what's your strength mod?
3.
So you can carry 11 normal sized items. If you're carrying more than that, then it makes strength and agility rolls harder.
Okay. Let's see. What are my wants and my quirk?
Ooh. Ammonium chloride can't. What the fuck?
Why did it do that? Well, okay, so it's 1d20.
I'm looking at some of the wants in the wants table, and I love some of them. There's such
nice.
There's such a wide variety of answers in the wants table. Like you go all the way from like burn it all down at number 2 to like just self-actualization at number 18.
Yeah. Drugs.
Yeah,
Fun.
or things like drugs.
Love.
Drugs.
Power over others. I got revenge, so I'm very.
Yeah. You're really all in on this anti-corpo identity.
Yeah. The funny thing is that my quirk and my current obsession kind of match each other. So I'm gonna go a little backwards. My current obsession is ammonium chloride candy.
Okay.
And I think because of that, my quirk is that I wheeze.
Nice.
So my
Stop eating that candy there, bud.
Okay, I had to. So I didn't know what ammonium chloride was, just like off the rip. It's used in salt batteries. Like you're just huffing the inside. Like you're just eating candy.
Made from batteries?
Yeah, that they
Like
used
the
to make
inside of batteries?
Oh, it's almost as if you're literally drinking battery acid.
Love it.
All right.
Should try it sometime.
Shock to the day. So my guy, my hacker, he wants freedom. And I feel like that's a pretty common thing among hackers. It's like, oh, they feel restrained. They don't feel like they can get out. So he definitely wants to like explore more of the world, but feels confined, maybe weighed down by debt, or he really feels like maybe he feels like he can get some freedom or the only way he can get freedom is by like going into CY. That's like his big thing. His quirk is he never looks anyone in the eye. It might be because he's I'm not sure if I should say this because he's in his wheelchair, but his current obsession is
I'm just gonna walk away from that one right now.
Yeah.
No, but I think what actually it is that
cancel Spencer, get it trending.
It was a bad joke. So his current obsession is mixing stimulants, and I like to think that because he's a hacker, he's a little bit more introverted and stuff like that. And so the reason why he doesn't look anyone in the eye is because he's actually more shy. So he mixes stimulants to give him the confidence to actually be personable.
Oh, that's too real. What about you, Justin? What'd you get on your wants and obsessions?
Oh, mine worked out really good. So my wants are cash.
Nice.
My quirk is I fiddle with jewelry.
Okay.
Not necessarily my own, just jewelry.
Yeah, you just see someone wearing a cool necklace, you just start like jangling it.
Yeah. And then my current obsession is blades.
That makes sense.
That worked out really well.
And I rolled for all of this, by the way.
Yeah, that worked out really well. So yeah, now we can move on to randomizing your stuff.
Yeah, let's go.
I think all of your characters, or at least some of them, have. Well, some of them do. Spencer, your character, you get to start automatically with a cyber deck.
Yeah.
And a random app. So you'll roll for that before you roll on the rest of your cash and gear tables.
Yeah.
Justin, I think you start with random cyber tech, which is different. I don't know if you rolled on that already. You rolled on that already? Sick.
Which do D10 damage, but there's a 1 in 3 chance, or 2 in 6, that there is a free attack against me.
Nice.
They
Spencer.
do D6 damage, so that assumes that they survive that.
Yeah. Yup. Spencer, do you know where the apps page is? I think it's on page 70.
Yep, I just found it. I rolled and I got 9, which gives me Path Mapper. Uses nearby sensors, cameras, and public information to create a detailed 3D map of the surrounding 100 meters.
Nice.
So.
Oh, it's a DR10 attack, so it's actually easier to do.
Ooh.
That makes sense. Then I don't think Dan had like beginning equipment. Let's see here. Okay, he gets bonus. He gets a bonus to his armor roll and start with better armor. When he gets back, so we can do that. But yeah, on page 3839, the first roll is 2d6 times 10 for how many creds you have. You get some cheap.
10.
You get some cheap clothes. You get a retinal comm device, and then there's a D8 table and 2 D12 tables to get some starting equipment on.
So how do I know? I'm supposed to get apps, or we get into that in a minute.
Not everybody gets apps automatically. Think of them like scrolls in MÖRK BORG.
Okay. It says I can replace any app or nano with another D12 cyber tech roll.
Yeah, so
Is that anytime I get an app or a nanotech?
Yeah, that's saying like if you roll in like your random tables and you happen to like get something that would have given you an app, you can give yourself a roll on the cyber tech table instead.
So Dalton, should I roll for my? So I have my credits done. Should I roll for the cash and gear next, or do you think I should start with the weapons on the weapons page?
The cash and gear goes first.
Okay, cool. Then that's what I'll do. Looks like we roll a D8, then a D12, and then another D12 on 3 different tables. I rolled an 8 on my first one. I have a stolen taxi.
Ooh, that'll come in handy.
Faked or removed transponders may trigger alarms when entering high-sec areas.
That's not good.
Oh man, this is like getting the cart in the other in MÖRK BORG. All right, let's try my next cash and gear. Let's go. 1d12. 11. A crime scene kit? What can I do with a crime scene kit?
What can't you do with the crime scene kit?
Yeah.
I mean, that's Spencer. That's like asking.
We can make it. We can mess with what the crime scene. We can mess with evidence.
Yeah. I think my favorite item in here that like really made me think as I was reading through this book was the DNA bomb. It's basically it's a small explosive that just spreads random bits of DNA around a room. Like it just spreads like hair, saliva, blood, semen, And it just
God.
sprays it from random people everywhere to like just mask like who had
Throw
been
off.
in it. Yeah, that's such a cool idea to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta roll for pocket lint.
I think there's a pocket lint table like towards the beginning of the book.
Ooh.
So I am definitely becoming more and more the man in the chair, because my last thing that I got was a vision visor, which comes with zoom, camera, heat, and night vision, and an ultrasound. So I'm slowly just assuming I can be in the stolen taxi, I can be in the car just waiting, like, okay, I'm ready to go, guys, ready to pick you up.
Yeah. Justin, just as a heads up, and this is a weird thing I've noticed with a lot of like OSR games, when a table says D66, it doesn't mean like rolling a D66. It means like 2D6 and keep like taking those as two separate numbers. Because if you look at the table, it doesn't act like 49 isn't an option.
Yeah, neither is 50.
Right. So you roll like 2d6 separately and use those two numbers as like the tens and ones place.
Hey guys.
Sup,
Hey,
Dan?
Dan.
Right now we're
Sorry about that.
You're fine. We're rolling on the cash and gear. Like we're rolling for all of our stuff right now.
Okay. Well, I just rolled on the weapons and I got a mono sword.
I got a mono sword too, Dan! We are copying each other. Yeah, look at that. In our rolls, I rolled an 8 and you rolled an 8. We both got that.
Well,
I feel like our backstory is that we were in the same like greaser gang
yeah.
with our pompadours and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this so much. That's crazy too, because I rolled a d8 because my class specifically says on the weapons chart only roll a d8, while you rolled the normal d12 and we both got 8 still.
Let's see. Did we get an infested item?
Where are you seeing that?
It's on the same page as the pocket mint names.
An infested item. What number is it?
Like page 2.
No, like on the random table.
Oh, it's a D10.
Which result on the table is it?
Oh, I haven't. I haven't rolled it yet.
Okay.
I'm asking if we need to roll it.
I'm confused about what you're reading right now.
I get so Cyborg, right? That's the cover, right? And then on page 1 is the names and the pocket lint.
Yep.
And then the next page are like over on the same page. I think it's.
Oh no, yeah, you don't need to roll on those. Those are like random tables for me.
Oh, okay.
To find you as like loot and stuff to pick up or find randomly. I wouldn't worry about either of those unless something else tells you to roll on them.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit. So for debt, so I had a custom thing for my class that said instead of the 3d6 times 1,000, I had to roll 6d10 times 1,000 for my debt.
Oof,
but then
yikes.
also looks like we roll a d12 to see who we're indebted to.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, I got to do the very beginning stuff.
Aw. My backstory just became even more sad.
Oh,
My debt is someone I trust hospitalized with increasing medical bills.
Sucks. How bad do they want their money?
Roll it. Ooh, I got. So I owe 13,000 of whatever this currency is to
Creds.
an unknown benefactor signing their messages with YN.
Interesting.
So there's a little flavor text for you, Dalton.
Yeah. Keep that in mind. And change everybody's name into having their initials be YN. So you'll never know who.
Fuck.
Could be anybody.
I actually rolled on the how badly do they want their cash back, and I didn't realize it just says 1 through 6 vary.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, no options on that. Everybody wants their fucking money.
Yeah, I got a 5, by the way. Got a 5 for that.
Okay.
I think after that, after you roll debt, that's pretty much all you have to roll for,
Oh.
right?
There's still 2 more things. You still have to roll for how many glitches you have, and you have to roll for your hit points.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I already rolled my hit points. That's why. Okay.
I have D4 hand grenade. D6 damage up to D3 targets. Okay. I need to roll.
Dalton, I rolled a 1 on the how much does YN want his money back.
Uh-huh.
So I would guess not very much.
No, it's
doesn't
very.
really care.
He very.
Aw.
If
just
you
one
if,
hit.
Oh.
if you look
1
at the
through
table,
6.
it's a joke table. You roll
Yeah.
1d6 on a result of 1 through 6. They
Oh,
want it very
very.
badly.
Yeah, I just rolled on it too, Dan.
Okay. I did not read that appropriately. He wants his money back. All right. Okay. Hey, when we get to equipment,
Uh-huh.
what are we supposed to roll for equipment?
So, on page 39, you'll see 3 tables, a D8 table and 2 D12 tables. You'll roll once on each of those. And I didn't look at your character, but some characters have specific modifications to those. It doesn't look like you do, Dan. The only thing you have is you add 1 to your arm. You do D4 plus 1 for your armor roll. So on page 38 and 39, you'll roll
Yeah.
2d6 times 10 to see how much money you have, and then a d8 for that first table, and then a d12 for the second table,
D12 and
another
D12 for the
D12.
next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Gracias.
I have a crowbar, which does D4 damage. And what is this? I get a cyber deck with D3 slots and 2 random apps.
So Justin, based off your character, remember, you could either take the cyber deck and the apps, or you could get more cyber tech.
Do I get 3 cyber techs instead?
Replace any app or nano with another. That gave you 2 apps. I would say you would get 2.
Okay, I still get the cyber deck with the D3 slots.
I would say you can either take the cyber deck and 2 apps, or you can do 2 more rolls on the cyber tech table. The cyber deck doesn't really do anything without apps. Think of it as like a magic wand.
Ah. What do apps look like?
The apps are kind of like spells, given
Yeah.
like how intertwined the net and reality is. People who are skilled hackers can effectively manipulate reality with good enough code.
Nope. I want cyber tech.
I just got some grenades.
I
Hell
love
yeah.
grenades.
Because apps are for nerds.
Apps are for nerds. They also want good knowledge to be able to like successfully get them off. Like scrolls,
Yeah.
you have to make a knowledge test to successfully use them. So if you're not very smart, it's unlikely that you'd be able to actually use any of the powers.
I should have been smart, but I rolled kind of low, so it's a +0 for me.
Yeah, we'll see if you can get any of them off.
Yeah. I didn't even look what happens if you fail that test.
I think it just doesn't work unless you like
Okay.
fumble. Like if you fumble, it's different.
Oh, awesome.
Oh,
I got
sweet.
additional
30
joints and what's called a strangler, which is a filament wire hidden in my finger. So I just like take the finger, like my pinky
Yeah.
Yes.
is just like from here down on my pinky is just like a metal nub,
Yeah, you just kind of like pop it off, and
I
a
pop it
garrote
off.
comes out.
Let's go.
and I grind. And additional joints gives me -2 DR on all grapple related tests,
Nice.
and I'm able to fit into small spaces.
You've really got that assassin vibe going.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I got really lucky on some of these rolls, although I did not get lucky on hit points.
What I'll tell you, Justin, is I just got something that's going to make your assassin build even luckier, because it doesn't say that, it's exclusive just to me. I just got a noisemaker.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I saw that on the table.
Yeah,
That looks awesome.
Floods data like everywhere, so like surveillance is impossible.
Let's go.
So I feel like that should be pretty useful. I also got 30 meters of paracord. So if anyone needs a rope,
You have 30 meters of rope?
yes.
Hey,
Amazing.
that's always helpful.
It's not just rope, it's paracord, okay?
It's like future paracord too.
Wait, what are the options in the second super lube?
No explanation on that item either. It's just
You don't need one.
No, it's super lube, period.
Perfect. Yeah, it does what it says.
yeah. All right, cool. Well, everybody have their gear, like their stuff, all rolled up.
I think so.
Yeah, hold on one sec. I think just copying down strangler and then additional joints.
I got
is
lucky
awesome.
on my glitches roll. I did get a 2 on the D2.
I got a 1 on the D2.
Oh, I need to roll my additional joints. I really am like that thing from Hellraiser. I'm just weird.
Yeah.
Let's see. D3.
Something else with my class 2 is whenever I would have gotten a nano or cyber tech, I just replace it with a new app instead. I didn't roll any of those. I got my stolen taxi and a crime scene kit and stuff like that. So
Yeah, Justin's class is similar. Like if he rolls the 2 things, he can get cyber tech instead.
Ooh, that's cool.
Okay, so I don't roll for weapons because I got weapons in my class.
No, you still roll on the weapons and armor table.
Oh, okay, cool. Fuck you. Broken bottle.
You got plenty of other stuff.
Yeah, but I want more.
I want more stuff. It's not enough. I like it how as we're getting to the end of this flowchart, like we did roll your debt, roll your glitches, roll your HP, and then the last step of the flowchart is get shit done. So
Nice.
great. Love it.
I have style guard minus D2 damage.
Looks just like clothes.
Yeah.
Oh, I have that too.
Yeah, and then Justin, make sure you roll your debt.
And yep, that's the next thing I gotta do. Let's see.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, Justin's character doesn't have a special debt modifier like mine did.
No, Spencer, you have a special debt modifier because you went pretty far into debt for all that tech you have.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so roll 3d6.
When we were talking about slots and stuff earlier, Dalton, since my cyber deck has 4 slots, does that mean I can have up to 4 apps in it?
A cyber deck has 4 plus your knowledge mod.
Yeah, my knowledge is 0. So.
Yeah, so you can have 4 apps installed on your cyber deck.
Ew, I have
have
12,000 in debt.
Hey, it doesn't compare to my 37,000, so.
So where do you even see like apps and shit? Because like I've never even seen.
I should get 37.
Spencer had a special
Yeah,
role
special
on it.
thing.
Okay, got
Dan,
it.
the apps page is page 70. It's
I'm
like
seeing it now. Yeah.
you have to have a cyber deck, and it operates on like cartridges. You can think of them as like a magic wand and scrolls.
Yeah.
You only have so many. To use one, you have to make a test. I think what kind of test is it? A knowledge test.
DR12. Yeah.
To like
So
activate.
how do you even get a cyber deck? Is
So
it
like
only,
You can like roll on the equipment table. That's one way to get it. I had access to a cyber deck. Well, everybody has a cyber deck. Everybody, like, you get one to start off with.
well, you get a retinal comm device, which is just like a little headset to see things. You can get a cyber deck on like the 3rd table, on the cash and gear table. Spencer's class starts with the cyber deck. If you want one and you have enough money, you can buy one for 100 creds for a cheap one, or 1,000 creds for a good one.
Screw it. I've got grenades.
It's okay. You got a hacker. You got your man in the chair.
I've got grenades and a pompadour hairdo.
Let's go. Is that where you keep them? Do you keep the grenades in your hair? You pull them out?
I didn't previously think of that, but that might. I don't see myself storing multiple grenades in the pompadour, but I see myself having like the one emergency grenade.
That's like what makes it's wrapped around.
Exactly.
That's the
And then
core.
like you pull it out, the hair deflates
Yeah.
and like kind of falls down. You know?
You get all Danzig looking.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm really sad that every time I pass over from like the normal equipment page to like the apps and stuff, I pass by on page 66 the drugs page, and I'm so curious about where those come into the game because they look fun.
And there's potions. You can buy drugs.
Because the last one is called Dirt, spelled D-U-R-T.
Nice.
Dirt.
D6 hours of powerful hallucinations shared with other users. No weaker dose available.
Oh,
No weaker dose available. I love it.
sleep removes the need to sleep and rest and negative effects of
Oh yeah, they're definitely potions. Number 1 is called Red Juice and it heals a D10 HP once per day.
Yeah. Spencer, you can kind of see like how many creds they are like right next to them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like the 40 over 10 and stuff like that. Cost after the / is for weaker recreational doses. Oh, interesting. Okay.
I'm trying to decide what the like divisible sign is. Like 40, like red juice is 40 over 10 creds.
Oh, it's the cost. Yeah.
Oh, cost
Yeah.
cost after is for like weaker recreational doses that probably don't do much.
Probably don't. Yeah. Like maybe red juice is like 1 HP, not even.
Yeah.
Feels 1d4 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, something
What
like
is
that.
nano?
Nano is, I think, might be referring to nano powers. Where are you seeing it?
On my character sheet.
874.
So let me.
Thanks.
I'll look up the character sheet and see, but I'm guessing that
nano
corresponds to
powers.
nano powers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that'll be nano powers. Like, there's different ways to get them. that may or may not come up.
Cool.
They are strange powers rumored to be an infection of alien bacteria riding on nanobots.
Hell
Oh.
yeah.
Want some?
Alien bacteria riding on nanobots.
So yeah,
Holy shit.
all right, I think everybody has their cash gear and all their stuff. Everybody's rolled their debt.
Oh, yeah.
All of your classes should have a special die for how many glitches you get.
Mm-hmm.
Have you everybody rolled your glitches?
Yep.
Have you rolled your hit points? Yeah. How many hit points you have?
Yeah.
There is a names table at the front of the book if you want to give your character a name.
Let's go.
My name is Glare.
Names. Oh, that's where the D66 came into discussion. Okay, that makes sense.
There's a lot of D66 tables.
All right, I'm gonna say roll 2d6.
Four.
First 6 is the first one. 1 in 3. How very fitting. My character's name is Blink, which works really well because my app LOL makes me invisible to all tech except true AI. Let's go.
Nice.
My character's name is Mfo. MPHO. Mfo. Mfo.
Nice.
I don't. How would you pronounce that?
I think you get to pronounce it however you want.
Yeah, your name.
Info.
Info.
Info. And I will hold you to that, to the pronunciation.
Info.
Nice.
Info.
Okay, cool. So if everybody wants to take a second and kind of like re-look over your character sheet, give it all one last final thought before you introduce yourselves, and then maybe we can do a little discussion about how you guys came together, how you guys met, and then get into your next gig. Do we want to take a quick 5-minute break while you guys do that and use the restroom, get a drink of water, and then we'll come back and you guys introduce your characters?
Yeah,
Sure, we
I
can do
love
that.
All right, sounds good. So thank you everybody for sticking around for the first hour and character rolling and everything. We'll be right back in a few minutes. Hello everybody, and welcome back to ABCs of RPGs. We just spent the last hour rolling up our characters that we're gonna play in a game called CY BORG. Everybody has their characters all rolled up, written down, and they've internalized all of their little facts and details about their characters, and they're gonna introduce them all for us. So Dan, why don't you start us off? Introduce yourself and your character.
So what's up, everyone? Hey, I'm Info. He's a corp. He's a what is it called? Discharged corp killer.
Yeah.
Working for one of the corporations. Was doing a little bit of work for them, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, when he got discharged dishonorably. You know, you get caught sticking your fingers in a little something. Hey, company assets. I was just using them, But anyway, he didn't get that far. He walked out from the corpo lifestyle, and now he's just trying to get revenge. But yeah, he loves eating batteries, which makes him wheeze, and he owes a lot of money to a man or a woman or a person with the initials YN. He was able to steal a crowd control air cannon when he left, so I am very excited for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Info. The most important thing I forgot to mention, he's got a pompadour. Got a pompadour hairstyle.
Hell yeah.
And that's really, really, really important to mention because Spencer.
Yeah. So, like Dan said, I'm Spencer. I'm playing the class Burned Hacker. My character's name is Blink, mostly because he built an app called LOL that makes him invisible to all tech except true AI for 10 minutes. So he just thought that was a good name. That's his persona. But the reason why Dan specifically said the pompadour is related to my character, because my character Blink also has a pompadour. You know, he has this like huge, elaborate like online persona, Blink, who like gets invisible to text and is kind of like weaving in and out, almost invisible to the sensors. But in person, he is in a wheelchair. He usually stays to the confines of his room, but when he does leave, it's to go to his regular greaser 50s roleplay group that's where I imagine he met Info. That's where he met Info. Because he also has a big pompadour that he grew out and styles every day. And yeah, so, but anyways, yeah, so Blink is a burned hacker, like I said. One of his quirks is he never looks anybody in the eye, mostly because he's shy, but he does often mix stimulants because that's his current obsession in order to build up the courage to kind of like get sociable and stuff like that. Yeah, I have a stolen taxi, a crime scene kit, a visor vision, and I have some apps that can kind of like map out areas and turn me invisible. So I currently owe $37,000 to someone I trust that has increasing medical bills. And yeah, that is Blink so far. So I think that leads into our third but final, or last but not least character, which is played by Justin.
Hey everybody, I'm Justin. My character's name is Blair. Now I choose that's what I rolled. I start my day strengthening my inner demon through some chaos, through a chaos magic ritual. And it's magic spelled with a K, you know, because it's extra evil. The K is for killer. And I'm a renegade cyber slasher. My style is necropop. And I cut off my lips so you can just see my teeth. So I look like the chitterer from Hellraiser. I do. I wear like a big pleather bodysuit, except for my pinky, which is just like a little brass nub, and it's brass nub because I can pull it off, and then there's a monofilament that comes out, and I garrote people with it. I want cash. I like to fiddle with jewelry, not necessarily my own. And my current obsession is blades. This is my stabbing knife. And I know these guys because sometimes they pay me to stab people for them.
Yeah.
I'm on Craigslist. You can look me up.
You have a Craigslist ad? That's how we found you. We're like, oh,
yeah, you found me through like whatever the dark web equivalent of Craigslist is. And
hey, if it works, right? You know.
Yeah. It's good because I need this money. I need the credits because I owe 12,000 credits to a crime syndicate for reasons I'd prefer not to discuss. It's gambling. I like to gamble.
It's gambling.
I also have not my teeth, not just my teeth, but I have what are called deserter fangs, and I like to believe that they're like steel canines.
Yeah. In
my mouth. I bite people.
Well, that's awesome, Justin. I have 30 meters of paracord.
I want to strangle somebody with that 30 meters of paracord.
Dan, don't forget that we also
stabbing and biting and strangling. Oh, and I also have a Foreman's right-hander. I walk around with a giant, like, claymore sword.
How about you let me hold that thing for you, huh?
It's as off-putting as it sounds.
Dan, I came up with a really good idea. What if our mono swords are actually switchblades? Because we're greasers.
Okay.
We like flip them out. They can be a little bit bigger than a switchblade, but like.
Hey, stick them up, eh?
Ah. we start snapping at him. Sorry. Anyways.
Dun,
When you're a jet all the way. And in my case, I owe money to a crime syndicate.
Hey, you're basically one of us, eh?
Yeah. I mean, so the gambling I like to do is I bet on like human cockfights.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like most dangerous game.
Yeah. Yeah,
They're
you
like-
throw them into
they're
a
like-
ring.
Yeah, they're like human cockfights.
2 men enter.
One man leaves.
Yeah, I go to Thunderdome on the weekends, and I've racked up a sizable debt because of my Thunderdome addiction.
I was bet on the
fair.
wrong guy.
I just always bet on the wrong guy.
It reminds me of that scene in Game of Thrones where they're like, there's 2 guys arguing about like who would win, the small agile guy or the big tough guy, and the one guy is like making this like elaborate argument. It's like, oh, tougher guys, you think like just because they're big, like they're strong, but actually the more dextile fighter can curve around and dodge his moves and dip and do all that stuff, and then the big guy just cuts the head off the smaller guy.
Yeah. It's the classic Indiana Jones
happens to me
scene.
every time, man. I bet on the guy who has more knives, and he always loses.
He was cheering for in Indiana Jones. You were cheering for the dude who's like swinging swords around. You were like, yes, that dude's so gonna kick Indy's ass. Then
I
bang.
lost 2,000 credits on a fight like that last week. He's swinging the swords, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna win. That's it. He's got crazy. He's got 2 falchions. I'm gonna win. The other guy pulled out a gun and shot him.
That's like the whole point of Garrou's storyline from One Punch Man.
Do you know that scene was actually improv?
The Indiana
Was it
Jones one
really?
scene, yeah.
Yeah, the Indiana Jones scene, because he had like a flu that day, and he didn't want to shoot the scene. So they were supposed to have this like big choreographed fight, but like the guy does this, and he's just like, no, boom.
Ah. That's incredible.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So with everybody introduced, and we got a little bit of information about kind of like how you guys met.
Yeah.
If you guys could like change your nicknames to your characters' names,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I can
Yeah.
Always have access to them and don't forget.
Yes.
But it sounds like Dan and Spence, your characters, you know each other from your improv group where you go and relive you just watch Grease and Grease 2 on repeat, I guess.
Yes.
And then every
Oh,
so
and
often,
West Side Story. Don't forget about West Side
West Side
Story.
Story.
West
too.
Side Story too.
And
when you sorry,
we don't just watch entertainment. Also,
Spencer, put
The
your character's name
Outsiders.
after your
Oh,
name so
sorry.
you don't mess
Yep,
up.
I'm sorry, I just messed it up.
what's the what is it? The Outsiders, Stay Golden Pony Boy.
Yeah, it's something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we watched that too.
I tried to get you guys to watch The Warriors one day, and you just weren't having it.
Yeah.
I love the Warriors. Are you kidding me?
I love that. I love that movie. That movie is so underrated.
Great film.
Come out to play, yay!
But yeah, so you guys, the two of you, Umfo and Blink, you kind of got word about a new job and you called your normal muscle, your normal guy that you bring along on stuff like this. But in the morning, similar to MÖRK BORG, where there's like prophecies that can be fulfilled, Cyborg has miserable headlines. Our first one, I just rolled on this one automatically, but you're reading through the normal like morning feed updates, and you get an air quality advisory. Due to pollution leakage, the Mosscraft surface zone is declared a no-go zone. Filter masks are required for prolonged outdoor activity in neighboring areas. Just something to know. World is actively getting worse.
Nah, nice.
I don't think you should really be interacting with that area today. But it's something to keep in mind. On your way to the rendezvous, you all kind of meet up. You meet up in like wherever you guys normally meet up. Where do you think that would be in the city? You're meeting up to talk about a job.
It's
Probably a bar
it's a
somewhere.
bar that
Yeah.
is a series of antique railroad cars. And it's just really seedy. People are doing drugs in the bar in the open all the time.
Yeah.
Like they have food there, but the food is cooked over 55-gallon like steel drum oil like barrel drums. Like
It's really good. You should get the rat burger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's one of the
yeah.
few wheelchair accessible bars too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually go there because it's wheelchair.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's
It is a little bit out of our way, but
But you do it for me. You do it for
we do it. Yeah, I mean, we do it. We do it for Blake. Like,
Yeah.
Blake.
So, on the way there, the three of you are kind of like meeting up. You meet up like right outside, and right before you get to go in, you see something across the street. You see a cop just gets decked by a dealer, and then
Awesome.
a whole bunch of people around start joining in on the beating across the street.
Nice.
Oh, can I go? Can I stab him?
Yeah, if you want to join in, you're more than welcome to join in.
I'm gonna stab
go
him with
join
my
in,
spy
too.
hander.
I mean, hey, how often do we get a chance to do this? And probably.
I'm gonna sit back and I imagine our what are the decks?
Yeah, you really are gonna sit back.
The RCDs or I'm gonna on my RCD. I like to imagine it has recording features, so I'm gonna record like this, but then like blur everybody's face so they can't be identified.
Yeah,
and
except
then
the cop's
post it.
face.
Yeah.
Except the cop's face.
Yeah, exactly. and then like post it online later and it's like, haha, look at this.
Right. Nice. So Glare, Mufo, you join in on the beating. Blink, you record it and post your snuff film online.
Nice.
Nice.
God.
But you go in, you order your normal meal, your normal drinks. And you're approached by a nervous looking man. You kind of look, you hear the door open. And he looks a little out of place. He's in nicer clothing, not like full corp clothing, but like he looks like a salary man would look, maybe like business casual, not wearing like a jacket, but he's wearing like a shirt and tie. And he's kind of like looking nervously around the establishment. And he probably recognizes at least one of you, and comes up to the table. And he might have been, we'll say he'd probably be in contact with Blink, like online. That's how we found out. And he kind of like comes up sheepishly. He's like, excuse me, are you Blink?
I immediately pull out my sword, hold it to the guy's throat, and I go, "Who's asking?"
Hey,
Thank
you.
It's Charlie Sand. I messaged you online about the job.
Oh, this is the guy.
Yeah, this is the guy.
Oh, okay. Hey, why didn't you say you were the guy? Come on.
Come on.
You're just walking up here. You
Walk
could have
up.
had a gun or something. You should have walked up and said, "Hey, I'm the guy," and then I wouldn't have done that. All right, go on.
But now that we know,
Now that we know, please continue. Apology.
Charlie, go ahead.
Okay. And he kind of like sits down next to you. So yeah, like I said, I have a job that I think you might be interested in.
Oh,
Is it a stabbing job?
I don't know. Maybe it might. If you get that way, I might caution against it. But it's my neighborhood. We're off on the ports and the Big Moss border, and our whole neighborhood has been kind of under the thumb of the Lucky Flight Casino. We kind of fell into debt to them, and
you guys gambling too?
I gamble.
Yeah.
See?
Nice.
See, you know what? Like this is what happens. This is what happens. It starts with one person, goes to a whole town. You see what happens? And I'm like the whole time am just like condescendingly talking to Glare, just being like, "See, this is what happens when you gamble. Don't you know? Don't you know?"
Give me the money.
And it just we don't know what to do. Can you, like, I've heard that like you could maybe like take down their ledger, like it's kept offline, but if you could go in, break in, get rid of their ledger, or even just like shut down the casino permanently. Like I don't know what to do.
Have you tried not gambling?
It's a little late for that.
Try it.
Okay.
But I promise I won't do it anymore.
I'm gonna get the money.
And
We'll steal their money. It's a casino. They have lots of money.
Well, and this is what Glare. That's a great point. It's a great point that Glare brings up. Have you tried paying it?
So
they can't pay it. They want us to pay it, or they want us to help them not pay it.
Well,
look, Mo,
that's fine. I like crime.
Info. There's a lot of money in that casino. You know what? If this is truly a job we can take care of, we not only can help them out, but help us out in the process. And as he's doing this, he flips open a different switchblade, but it's like a comb at the end, and starts combing his door.
Info also pulls out a switchblade, thinking that it's the comb, but accidentally it's the knife, and he just starts shaving his head a little.
It's okay.
Grabs the other one, starts combing his head.
You got any O-sleep? Like O-sleep?
All right, settle down now, Glare. Settle down.
But one of the man who owns the bodega down the street from me, his name's Batu. He went in trying to figure out where the ledger was to destroy it, and he hasn't come back yet.
Oh, he probably got stabbed.
I hope not. He was a friend of mine.
Ooh, but they're stabbing.
If you could,
there's a lot of stabbing going on around here.
I know I'm asking a lot,
stab.
but if you could maybe figure out what happened to him while you're there, I might be able to give you a little bit of find something extra for you as a reward.
And just to clarify, if he's not stabbed, you don't want us to stab him.
I would prefer that, yes.
Okay, I just want to make crystal clear, because we might get there and there might be some confusion that leads to us not remembering if it was clear of whether or not we could stab this certain person. So I just want to make sure this is a person that we are not stabbing.
Blink is typing up the terms and agreements, like a full contract right now, and is adding that as a additional, okay,
Can't be held responsible for what stab and don't stab.
Yeah.
Excluding glare.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta sign this. If Glare does stab, there's always
a chance for glare stabs.
Yeah, there's always
Stab the guy on the way over here.
But don't worry, we'll take care of it. We'll make sure that never happens. All right, that won't happen. Don't worry. You can keep doing business with us. Like, I'm trying to be like, Glare, stop. We're gonna lose us the contract. Like, we need this money.
Okay. Well, I won't stab that guy, but I'll stab other people.
Yes. Good.
So Charlie, is there any other info you can give us about this job? Like, how did Bato break into this place or start looking for the ledger? Was there any information he had beforehand?
I think the only thing that I'd heard from Batu is that the casino has it's got a private power source that runs the whole thing down in the basement. It's all off grid. And if you take that out, then I don't think the casino will be able to operate anymore. And the only other thing is that nobody could find any record of the ledger database of like debt and everything online. No record of it on the net. So it must be air gapped, kept entirely local, kept on prem. No way to get to it from the outside.
We're gonna have to go in.
Not my preferred method, but I guess we can do it.
Hopefully,
I can sneak in maybe. I can make my joints do weird things. And I make my elbow like bend backwards 90 degrees.
Glare, not in front of Charlie.
That's very good, Glare. Good job.
Freaking out the patrons.
What do we do if there are down to the parts of the basement that are there elevators? Is this handicap? We need blueprints of this place. Dang it.
I unfortunately don't have a map of the place. I mean, I can tell you where it is, but
Okay. Definitely do that. Info, I'm not too worried about that because I, with my Path Mapper app, can get us our own 3D map of the surrounding 100 meters. So.
Okay, and so what? Am I just gonna carry you on my back then?
Oh no! I'm staying in the taxi. I'm.
It's full of candy.
Out of character. I think Blink is still going to join you, but like in Blink's head, he is like, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so with the path mapper, do we see that on our
I think so.
Our RCD?
It wouldn't. I mean, so Blink has access to a cyber deck, and the cyber deck will let him generate that 3D map. I would say that once it's generated, he could probably transmit that file to you guys to also have access to and be able to see.
That was my question.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
But that's one of those, you'd have to get there, and he would have to get it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not guaranteed to do it. That's the
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, you have to like hack into the cameras and everything. And
Yeah.
okay. It's not like it's a public building, so those won't be like public records. It's not like City Hall where you can get the blueprints for City Hall online.
Yeah. All right, Charlie. Well, appreciate you getting us this job. We'll let you know if we see anything with Batu when we're in there, okay? But we'll keep an eye out for him, all right?
Thank you. I appreciate it. He gives you kind of like a location to meet. He said, we'll meet back here in 2 days. And I'll bring the reward. And he kind of explains that the reward is going to be a totally unmarked patrol car that has been stolen. Decommissioned patrol car is totally like nothing, like it would pass all like unless you're looking very hard or doing a deep scan on it, it would pass for a cop car.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh.
And again, if you find Batu or can help me out, like I'll see what else I can throw in. I'll find something.
Nice.
Perfect.
Nice.
All right.
Cool. Well, he kind of tells you where the casino is. It's called the Lucky Flight. It's a crumbling apartment complex crowned with a hotel built from 3 repurposed low orbit shuttles. You can kind of get there just fine. You can kind of see from the outside that it looks like it's maybe made up of 2 floors, and possibly a basement from what Charlie told you.
Yeah, power supply.
Yeah, I mean, from what you can tell, that there's a main entrance outside. You did a little bit of cursory research, and it looks like it's closed between 7 and 10 a.m. for like any amount of like cleanup and maintenance. So for those 3 hours, the place is shut down. But it opens at 10 a.m. and shuts back down at 7. What is that? Open 21 hours a day?
Yeah, that sounds right.
You're more than welcome to kind of like case it at night. You can come by in the morning when it opens, walk around. You can do any other sort of like research on the net, try to figure out anything else about it you want. It wouldn't be out of place for you guys to go and gamble or like walk around the casino during the day.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing odd about that.
I kind of want to go like 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. I mean,
Right before it opens.
Right before it closes.
Right before it closes.
Right before it closes.
Yeah. And go like for a little bit, and just like see what the closing procedures are like. Like do people usually stay in that 3-hour period? What happened? Does everyone that's like in that like main floor, like are there less people there during that time? Like how advantageous is it? I guess is what I kind of is my, because we would want to maximize our time, like with it being closed. So we would want to be there like 7 on the dot, but like, you know, does it really work like that?
I like to think that I drove all of us in the stolen taxi that I have, and is kind of like parked, like pretending like I'm like waiting for somebody or about to pick somebody up. So if anybody comes to the taxi and like tries to get out, I'm like, oh, I already got somebody, get out of here. But like, meanwhile, I've dropped off both info and glare, and I'm probably just on my laptop in the taxi or on my RCD and just kind of looking information up about the casino. If I can find any, like, I don't know, posts or forums about people being like, oh, I found this really good way to cheat their system, or I've done this, or any kind of maps anybody else has kind of maybe filled out or pointed out online. So.
Yeah. So you're you're doing research trying to see if anybody has put up maps online of the casino anywhere.
Yeah, I can also, I guess, use my path mapper, but I was kind of holding off because I don't know if I fail that when it would come back. So. Yeah.
Why don't you give me, what kind of roll do we think that would be?
Maybe not.
What are you trying to do?
He's doing like research online, trying to see if anybody's posted like schematics or like do some hacking to find like blueprints of the building.
I'd say that's probably knowledge. Because I don't know. I don't think presence would be right, because presence is what we use for like.
Yeah, that's like
nano.
Attacks.
Yeah, using nano, charm, snipe, shoot. Yeah, I think that'd probably be knowledge. So why don't you go ahead and give me a knowledge roll, Spencer?
That's a +0 for me. Does Dan have to roll for anything as well, since he's kind of going in?
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So, sorry, maybe I missed a detail of what you were trying to do then, Spencer. You're going into the casino?
No, Dan is. That's what I was just bringing that up.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that'll be a separate thing.
Okay, I got a 9.
No, you get you post on like cyber Yahoo answers, and you get like one DM. It's saying like I can get you your blueprints for 10,000 creds.
Yeah. I should have posted to Cyber Ask Jeeves.
Yeah. And then sorry, Mufo or Umfo. How did you say? Umfo. You wanted to go in like right before closing time, right?
Yeah. Like 6:30 a.m.
You go into the entrance. There's some like double doors and another set of double doors, and like right when you get in, there's a couple of bouncers. They don't seem too concerned or anything. Like they stop you. It's like, hey, we're shutting down in half an hour.
Okay. I pretend like I'm drunk.
Yeah, and like there are other drunks in that you're seeing coming in and out.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I need to get my quick fix on. I'll be out of here, guys. It's here pretty soon.
All right, fair enough. And they usher you in, and you're greeted with a large open area. Let's see here. You can kind of get. I'll let you. You can mostly have like this map of the first floor, I think. Let me pull it out. But you're greeted with like. Here, I'll read the description first, and then I'll find the map. So you're greeted with like tacky space-themed rundown casino. Nice. Every step you take, you can feel that like the floor is sticky, with some mixture of substances. There's a really intrusive like air conditioning smell and noise. There's like a smell of like artificial like chemical rose, like they're trying to make it smell nice, but it doesn't cover it up. There's a lot of obnoxious noise, a lot of like casino games being played, like noise of slot machines and stuff. The biggest thing you notice is there is a big stage in the middle of the room. It looks like there's regularly some shows happening every night. Not entirely sure when, but they do have like live music that gets played in the casino every so often.
So I want to go straight.
I missed that one, Dan.
Sorry, I want to go straight to the back, and I want to like go hide in a stall.
Straight to the bathroom and hide in a stall. Okay.
Yeah, I want to see if like they'll find me.
Okay. I am posting a map of the first floor in the Discord. It's a PDF, but you should be able to open it and see a map of the first floor of the casino. And you should be able to see on there where the bathrooms are.
Kind of like on the left, the west side.
The bathrooms are like right above the pentagram.
Oh, okay.
You can see where
Those,
like, sinks and toilets and
circles.
stuff.
Got it. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I want to go in there, and I'm assuming there are stalls. I want to go to the far stall in the bottom right.
Yeah. You walk past some other random people trying to get their last slot games in, and you're met with like the smell of like chlorine and fake lavender and sewage. Just all around like vileness being concealed by chemicals.
Pretty standard.
Yeah. And like the bathroom is nice, is like, it's still nasty, but like you can tell there's decent like self-cleaning tech in there.
Right.
And you can see that there's a few people standing by one of the piss troughs. They're making some kind of deal, trying to have some sort of conversation in there. And so you hide in one of the stalls and kind of wait for a little bit. And we'll come back to that in a little bit when it closes in about half an hour.
Sounds good.
Blink, you were posting online trying to get some information. Glare,
Absolutely.
what are you doing during this time?
Can I case the outside?
Yeah, you can do like a kind of walk around the outside.
Yeah, like try and maybe see if I can't find a service entrance.
Yeah, why don't you give me
like maybe if I find like a busboy or like a chef or something like that, you know, like taking out the trash or grabbing a smoke.
Yeah. Why don't you give me, we'll say, like agility maybe, or presence. I don't know. What do you guys think could be used for this role? I think agility probably makes the most sense as like a sneak, like sneaking around. But I would also like presence could make sense to me.
Okay. Can I roll presence instead?
Yeah.
Because it's better.
It's better for me.
I mean, if not, like I'm fine with rolling with agility. It's not really a big difference between. It's +1 and +2. So
on page 40, it does list the abilities, and next to agility, the first thing is sneak.
Yeah, I say that,
it's.
but he's not necessarily like sneaking.
Okay.
Like
I'm not sneaking. Yeah, I'm
like
just kind of like walking around, not like.
Yeah.
Oh,
obviously,
like not trying to draw attention. Yeah, I think that would work too. Anyways, Dalton's the final say.
Yeah, I think either's fine.
Okay, so roll a d20 and add my presence, right? Yeah. Well, 6.
6. Okay. I mean, you managed to track down a staff entrance. There is a. Where does that come in? It's like if you look on the map I posted, I still have that up. It's kind of see where the entrance is. If you walk to the east, you can kind of see a little doorway into that room down at the bottom.
Okay, so the just to be clear, the entrance is what we're calling the southwest.
Yes, sorry. The entrance is the southwest corner, that rectangle.
Okay. No, I just want to make sure like our compass roses are the same direction.
Yep.
Okay, so if I head to the east, over by that like kind of square, that black square.
Yep. Yeah, you can see a thinner line in that smaller room. That looks to be the staff entrance.
Okay. So I have my giant trench coat on, which somehow manages to hide this giant sword.
Hell yeah.
Is there anybody back there?
Not at the moment.
Can I just try and go in?
Yeah. You reach forward and you try to like jiggle the knob, but it does appear to be locked. It doesn't
Right,
look well
okay.
maintained and would probably be easy to break. You know that much. But it's not just open.
Oh, I have a crowbar. Can I just kind of like break in?
You think you could probably just pry your way in, yeah.
Okay.
I would remind you that it is open at the moment. Like the
It is
casino
open and it's a casino. It's probably armed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was
Yes.
our scoping out phase right now.
I will say you didn't notice because you've been outside, but Mufo, you did see some like amount of like patrolling guards, like people in some sort of like security uniform.
Yeah,
Just like 2 or 3 walking around.
it's fair.
Okay.
Is it closing time yet?
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I don't have any cigarettes, but can I hide by the door?
Sure. If you want to like hide nearby and watch it, why don't you give me this time give me an agility roll.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you need an agility roll from me too?
Are you like actively trying
nice.
to hide? Okay.
So I got a 16.
Sweet. You will nobody will notice you and I'll see if anybody like
Hey,
walks
what is
out
that?
soon.
What is this like black square over here on the southeast?
It's just a pillar. I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
Mufo, you are in the bathroom. Are you like actively trying to stay hidden, or are you trying to like be noticed to see what happens, like if they find you?
More of the latter than armor,
Okay.
I
Like,
guess.
if you're not trying to like actively stay hidden, I mean, I don't really worry about
Yeah,
it.
I feel you.
Unless you want to make an agility roll to like stay hidden. and stay
No,
unawares.
no. I just want to see like what, like
Yeah.
if I just like am some drunk dude who passes out in the bathroom at 7, half
Yeah.
hour before close, is anyone gonna find me?
Yeah.
What kind of establishment is this?
Yeah. And speaking of, you hear probably like a 15-minute warning, 10-minute warning, 5-minute warning, and then a few minutes later, the everything shuts down and things stay quiet for a while while you're in there. But eventually, maybe like a half hour later, an hour later, you hear 2 guards, you hear 2 people open the door after like the self-cleaning cycle goes through. Your people go in and they open all the stalls and they get to the one right before you and they're
I
like,
pretend to be asleep.
you're asleep. They open the one right before you and they're like, oh fuck, not again. And one reaches in and you hear like him grunt a little bit and it sounds like he's hoisting a body over his shoulder.
Oh.
And
Oh my.
they go to take the body outside and they Justin, Glare, you're hiding behind this pillar and you see two dudes in a uniform just toss a body outside the back door. And then 15 minutes later, Mufo, you hear them come back in. They open up the doors and again they're like, God, 2 in one night.
And I'm
this time when they come back, can I try and like catch the door?
You want to what the door?
Try and like catch it.
Catch it.
Before
Oh yeah,
they-
yeah. Like keep it
as
open.
they're like coming back and they're like, oh god,
Yeah.
throw the body. and then like just kind of, catch it with either like a crowbar or like just hold on to it real quick.
Yeah. So Mufo, they pick you up, but you're a little too heavy for one guy to carry out.
I'm like, I wake up. I'm like, oh god.
One of them's like, oh fucking Christ, thank God, I don't have to deal with twice the paperwork. And they escort you out. Looks like they have like tasers of some kind. They don't have like rifles.
I asked them if I can keep gambling.
No, the casino's closed, man, and they kind of take you out the back door. They take you through the casino, through like the staff area, and out the back door where you're kind of like pushed out, and almost faster than you can notice, like glare kind of reaches out and stops the door before it shuts all the way.
Nice.
I want to like. Was I paying attention? Like.
Yeah, if you want to learn, like, so, here's kind of what happened. Like, you saw like the stages and slots area on the way to the staff and on the way to the staff room. It took you in through a door in the staff room. It didn't appear to be locked, like the staff entrance. But you saw a few people kind of like getting ready to head home, and then a few of the cleaning staff coming in, getting ready to start their shift. There's like lockers, a coat rack, some like weird motivational posters in the staff room.
And it's like 7:30 right now.
Yeah, it's like 7:30.
All right.
Yeah. By the way, you both Glare and Info, have gotten at least 50 text messages from Blink being like, "Where the fuck are you guys? What the fuck's going on?"
The only other thing you noticed, Mufo, is what looked to be a service elevator in the staff room. It looked like it went up or down.
We're bringing Blank.
Wheelchair accessible.
So Ufo, you got out. Glare, you've managed to catch the door before it shuts all the way.
Sweet. Awesome. I'm actually just going to I'm gonna text Blink. I'm gonna text Blink and let him know that I've gotten the door open.
Are we doing this now?
That's what I'm gonna say. Like, hey, what do you want? Like, I've gotten a good handle on this. People come and go. We might be able to even sneak in as cleaning people during the staff change.
I type OMW on my way, and I roll up.
Literally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so what's it like in there? Did you guys get any? Did you see like what the upstairs is like or anything like that?
No, it's pretty grimy.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe I can launch my app when we're inside.
Okay.
Right, let's just be quiet and let's head toward the service elevator. I'm guessing we're gonna have to go down.
Probably.
At least for the power grid.
Cool.
Well, you said it was in the basement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're in the staff entrance room. Nobody in it at this present time. It looks like everybody has kind of like either left or come in and started their shift. And I'm trying to see. I don't think there's any like security on the service elevator.
Okay. Dalton, would I know from the outside of the building, and as we kind of approach in, the path mapper does it to it looks like 100 meters. 3D map of surrounding 100 meters. Do I know if that would cover a good portion of this building, or would that be too small?
100 meters is a football field, right?
About. It's a little bit more because meters are slightly bigger than yards.
Yeah, 328 feet. So.
But like, yeah, we're 28 feet is the difference.
Yeah. I don't have a scale on any of this stuff. I would say if you were like centered, it would cover the whole thing.
Okay, so I'll wait till I get closer to like the center of the building whenever we do, and then I'll probably launch my app then.
Like if you were maybe, we'll say if you're standing on the stage and you get it off, you will get a map of the whole building.
Sick. Cool.
But yeah, right now you are in the staff room, which is that small little room.
With the surface elevator.
Yeah, and that there is that elevator that goes up or down, or kind of like that little exit out into the main floor. All these doors are shut at the moment.
Mm-hmm. So shall we go to the basement? Shut down the power for now?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the best option.
All right, let's do it.
Is there like a fire alarm or something somewhere?
Oh, pull the fire alarm as a distraction?
Maybe. If we need to.
Yeah, I think that's a good backup plan. I don't want to draw any attention right now.
If we need to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because the fire department might come if we do that.
And the police department too.
Yeah. But good to know.
So we head down to the basement with the service elevator. If it goes down.
It does go down. Yeah, the three of you line up in the service elevator. You hit the B1, the basement button. You wait a second. Pleasant elevator music plays. And the elevator door, it opens up and you're greeted with the security offices. It's lit by monitors. You see like a coffee stained patterned carpet. Just the smell smells of like feet. There's like a static buzzing and just like low machine whirring around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You initially see kind of like the rows of computers and people monitoring, kind of like the staff, like the camera feeds everywhere. And in addition to those people monitoring the camera feeds, you see, and I'm gonna be honest about this.
Yeah. We went straight to security.
Oof, you see 4 SecOps individuals with guns pointed.
Oh God.
At the elevator.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys?
I want to press the up.
You want to press the up button? Why don't you guys roll initiative? I guess we don't even roll initiative. Because it works similar to MÖRK BORG, where I think it's just a roll a d6, and on a 1 to 3, you guys go first. And what's up, Justin?
Guys, I gotta be right back. Sorry.
That's
fine.
okay. We'll be dead by the time you get back.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I left my keys in the lift last night, and I'm waiting for the guy to
Oh, okay.
come back. And then my dog is freaking out about something. Hold on.
Okay.
You guys do your thing. Give me like 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sounds good.
My cat is also freaking out.
Aw.
I think that's something he wants to play.
Aw.
So.
Roll up your class, Ollie.
Aww. So you guys are going to get to act first.
Okay.
Very nice.
I'll say that Mufo, if you can push the up button and do that immediately and still have the rest of your turn.
Okay.
But it does not look good because I mean you could exit the elevator and start fighting if you want to. That is definitely an option. Or you could ride the elevator back up and try to escape. But these guys are not friendly, and it doesn't look like they're going to hesitate to fire on you.
Where are they positioned?
Are we able to cross? Yeah, I guess are we able to cross, like get to them, like in melee distance? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could run up on them. You like you
Not
could,
what I'm wanting to do. Like,
Oh, okay.
so
so there's kind of like an open rectangular room.
yeah.
Here, I might be able to like snip just this room.
Come here, you little munchkin. Don't bite me, you little tombstone pile driver.
So that's the security room you kind of find yourself in. You guys are in the elevator, which is in the top left corner. And you kind of peer in and you can see those couple of desks. There's some workers watching security cam footage, and they're the 4 guards probably like stationed evenly around the room, all guns pointed. If they
Okay,
even
cool.
have guns. I think they have tasers.
So
Oh, tasers,
get-
we can take them.
So I guess like my question is, if I were to throw a grenade, right? It says it could hit up to D3 targets that are close together.
Yeah.
I think you could hit. You could get the. They're close together. You would get to roll a d3 and see how many people it affects.
Okay.
Go.
So I'm gonna do that.
Hey,
roll?
sorry about that.
It's
What do
okay.
I?
Dan's throwing a grenade and seeing if he hits all 3 of these guards.
So
What,
Dan, for the grenade, as far as I read it, you just toss the grenade. You roll a d3 to see how many people it affects, and then you roll damage.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
That's a good way for grenades to work.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go.
Did you
I
get 3
rolled a
people?
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. How much damage does it do?
D6 each. I'm pretty sure it's a D.
How do you guys want to? I would say just roll the d6 once, and it'll deal that much damage to all 3.
Yeah, that's
I think
simple.
that's based on like the way that we just said that the attack
Yeah.
works. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Nice.
I rolled a 5.
Oh.
Oh, you did a 5?
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
Just lob a grenade in.
Yeah.
Oh, but we are not in the right place. Surprise.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's what grenades are for.
That's
Yeah,
what grenades are
that's
for.
when you throw a grenade. We're like, whoops. Well.
So
Oh,
you
that's
hit
amazing.
3 of them for 5 damage.
How are those 3 looking?
Two of them are bloodied. Well, all 3 of them are now bloodied.
Nice.
If you're not familiar, bloodied is something that I kind of like take over from. I think 4th edition introduced bloodied as a condition. D&D 4th. Basically, when a creature or something has half or less health, they become bloodied. It's kind of like a way to say like, hey, these guys are hurt, but they're not like fully out of the fight yet. Just a way to give players some information without just saying, hey, they have 2 out of 6 HP left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did look like they had some sort of like flak vest on that may have like taken some of the damage.
Damage. Yeah.
But they're all still standing, but the 3 that got hit by it look pretty shook up.
Nice.
You think
How
that,
many
like,
were there?
4. There's 4 of them.
4. Okay.
You guys are moving first. Glare. So Blink and Glare both still have turns left, and Mufo hit the up button on the elevator. You think like after this, at the end of this round, the elevator will start to close and take you back up if you're not out of the elevator.
Okay.
If that means you want to get out of the elevator or stay in, that's up to you.
Definitely want to stay in the elevator.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in the elevator too, but so I also have a hand grenade.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, you just roll a D3 and then a D.
Oh, okay, nice. I
You'll
get
hit
2 of them.
Nice.
So go and roll
And then-
damage. Also five damage.
Nice.
So you manage to that grenade takes out two of them. Two of them get blasted. Their armor wasn't enough to take two grenade explosions.
Oof.
All right. Cool.
And it looks like we lost Blink. So Spencer kind of like hurriedly stepped away for a second. So I'll probably just roll for these two guys and see what they can do, and then we'll let Blink act, and if we have to like roll back damage from the Spec Ops guys, we can do that. So each two remaining Spec Ops guys are each going to fire their tasers at Mufo and Glare. So if you guys want to make I believe it's an agility check when you're on defense.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Sweet. Is it a D20?
Yeah, so you roll a D20 and add your agility modifier.
I got a 12.
I got a. Oh no!
So.
Oh no!
Justin, as far as you're concerned, I believe a meet beats. So like as long as you meet the difficulty rating.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a difficulty rating 12 to avoid an enemy's attack. So as long as you roll 12 or higher, you manage to dodge.
Sweet.
Are nat ones a thing in this game?
Oh yeah, they're fumbles.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a fumble on defense means the player character is going to take double damage, and it reduces their armor tier by 1. So you're going to take 1d2 damage. So you're going to take 4 damage.
Okay. We could.
I like to think like Glare kind of like moves Mufo in front of it, and he gets tasers.
Yeah.
Like,
So Dan, does Mufo have armor of any kind?
Yeah, he has rough armor.
Cool. Do you know what the reduction on that is?
It was minus D4.
So roll a d4, and we'll see how much damage it's reduced by. Cool. So you're only going to take 2 damage.
Oh, okay.
not bad.
But your armor is now only going to
Subtract D2.
Yeah, I think D2 is the next tier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I have. That's what Style Guard does. That's tier 1.
Yeah. So it's knocked down to tier 1 armor. Now, and will only reduce damage by D2 going forward. And can you give me a toughness roll? So roll a D20 and add your toughness to it.
Yeah, I can. $19.
Cool. You managed to resist being like your legs buckling underneath you, and you kind of like power through the taser.
Hell yeah. Okay. So like, I don't know what the fumble. No, the fumble was. Or we know what the fumble was. Glare holding me as a meat shield. Okay.
Yeah. The fumble was Glare stepping behind you, and you taking both tasers, but you managed to power through the strength of both of those tasers, and stay standing. And with that, you hear the ding of the elevator, and the doors close and take you back up a floor.
I like to think that Blink was just like too scared in being in a combat encounter.
Yeah.
You know, he was just so
because we
scared.
whipped out 2 grenades.
Yeah.
It was like,
yeah.
And with that, as the elevator opens on the staff floor, you do hear what sounds like an alarm going off in the casino.
hey, we should probably go back down, actually.
Yeah, we probably should go. I wonder if there are stairs or something.
Oh, good question. Are there stairs that actually go down?
I start slapping Blink because he's like in shock right now. I just keep slapping him. I'm like, Blink, 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 Blink. Come on, we need a map, Blink. Damn it. All right, he's not responding. All right, he's freaked out. All right, and I hit the down button on the elevator. But I get a grenade ready.
I am going to hide
Where?
behind, like on the side of the elevator where the buttons are.
Okay.
And actually, I'm not going to use a grenade.
Wait a second. Can we go up? Wait a second. Before we go back down, is there the emergency hatch up on the top of the elevator?
Sure. Yeah.
Can I go up in there?
Yeah. You could break that, like you push that panel away and get like inside the elevator lift.
Yeah.
I want to. I'm going to stay in the main like thing of the elevator, and I'm going to have my crowd control air cannon.
Okay.
Get ready to shoot.
Oh, okay. You just busting out that crowd control air cannon? All right. I'm not going to go back up. I am going to open it before we go down, so I can get up in there if I need to.
Yeah.
But I'm going to stay on like the side.
I imagine they probably see us coming back down, so we might want to go back up. Like, are they gonna... Screw it. It's fine. We're overthinking this. Let's go.
So right now, Glare, you're kind of like hiding off to the side. We'll say Blink also kind of like is on the other side of the door. Just out of the way. And Mufo, you're like standing right in the middle with your air cannon ready to blast, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I stopped blasting.
Yeah.
You kind of you go down, and the elevator doors open, and you only see one guy this time. It looks like the people manning looks like the people manning the computers have fled in some direction, and only one guard and two corpses. There's still two corpses, but one guard is now unaccounted for from what you can see.
I want to run up to the one that's still there.
Okay.
And use my mono sword.
Okay. Yeah, make I believe that's a strength test to do melee hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I also attack?
Yes. Yeah. So how this works is like you guys are allowed to take your turn in whatever order. Just right now, you guys won initiative, so your group is going first, and then all of the NPCs will go.
Ugh, I missed.
I got a 7.
Yeah, I got an 8.
Okay. So the both of you missed, and you have exited the elevator, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll say that the guard is going to fire his taser back off at Mufo. So can you give me an agility roll, Dan?
Yes. No crit fails. No crit fails. No crit. 15.
Cool. Yeah, you're good. You managed to dodge out of the way of the taser being fired. And you kind of look around and trying to see where the other guard may have been. And you see kind of like down behind you, two doors, to the, if you look on like the little screenshot of the map I sent you, south of the elevator entrance, and you look to the other side and you see another door followed by like a large glass panel. And behind the glass panel, you see what looks to be like a large reactor core. Like whatever you imagine when you think like thermonuclear reactor.
Oh, I bet that's where the power is.
Cool.
And
Sorry to bomb you.
it's I believe it's your guys' turn again, since the one dude with the taser missed.
All right, cool. I'm gonna stab him with my spy hander.
So sorry about that, guys. I'm back.
You're fine.
God damn it!
Uh-oh. Sounds like some dice rolls aren't going
So
well.
that's a miss from Glare.
I'm gonna use the mono sword.
All right, Spencer. They've taken out 2 of the guards.
Yes.
And they rode the elevator back up. They took their breath and was like, all right, I guess there's an alarm going on now. I guess we're deep.
Oh no.
So they went back down. All of the like security workers have fled the room, and it looks like there's only one guard left in the room.
Cool.
The Glare and Mufo have dashed out of the elevator, started to attack. You were kind of like cowering in the elevator off to the side.
Yeah, they're very in character.
I was slapping you like for like a minute straight.
Perfect.
But now it's your turn, Spencer, if you want to do anything.
I like to think that that Info slapped, and maybe Blink also did a little bit of a stimulant mix. He like took like a swig back, and he got really into it, and now he rolls up to one of the last guard that's there, and he also wants to use his mono sword. So he's gonna take a swing.
Yeah, that's a strength roll.
So this is not gonna go great. I have a -3 to strength. So
nice.
But I'm hopped up on stimulant right now, so why not? Yep, that's a 6.
That's a 6. So he's gonna fire off his taser again at Mufo. If you want to make that agility roll, Dan.
Let me just
7.
say
It's 2 damage. So go ahead and roll a d2 to see if it's reduced at all. You don't take any damage, but give me that toughness roll to see if if the taser knocks you over.
15. We're
Nice.
good.
You're fine. You don't even like it hits you. You don't take any. You don't even like give any indication that it affected you in any way. And the guard is kind of like and kind of like
what is this guy made of? This is like the 3rd time that I've taken a taser.
yeah. It's like your 3rd taser.
I love that.
And he's
That's
starting to
just
look a little panicked, but he doesn't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go up and slash him with the sword.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll say he after that, after seeing that the taser did nothing like the 3rd time, he throws his hands up and he attempts to surrender.
Sweet. I'm gonna attack him.
Does an 11 hit?
So since he's surrendering, he's not doing anything, not trying to avoid getting hit. So if you guys can both like you go in to swing your
Just roll
swords.
damage?
Yeah, just roll damage.
4 damage.
Okay.
And are we just rolling damage?
Yeah, you're just rolling damage.
Yeah.
He's not gonna.
How much does my hander do?
D10.
Oh, nice.
And do I add strength?
No, you
Yeah.
you do not.
Sorry.
Jesus. Well,
Nice.
2.
That's enough. They have 6 HP, so 4 plus 2 is 6. You managed to take him out. Both of you kind of like swing your swords at the same time from opposite directions and cut him into 3 pieces.
Nice.
And now you're sitting here. You're standing in this security room. Like I said, there's the elevator back up. There's like 2 doors off to the side, and then another door to the north with a big glass panel revealing what looks to be some sort of like nuclear reactor core. You went in looking to just scope it out, but you decided to go head first into it. And I think that's where we're gonna call it for today. Now that I know how this is kind of like got started, I can kind of like prep and get an idea of how the rest of it's gonna go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
My next plan, definitely, if I can still get a good accurate map from getting to the center of this room, I'll probably attempt to do that. But if I need to go up a floor or something like that, then I'll hold off on it.
I think this floor should be fine because this isn't a 100-meter tall building.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, how the first kind of session encounter of this go?
It was
Both are better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy the nation like of you know, hey, some dice rolls and just play the character that you get. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like, we get different abilities, but it's not like the abilities are so different that like we're playing different flavors of the game. Like, we're all playing the same game. You know, you can kind of do what you want. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I you know, because from MÖRK BORG to like Cyborg, they added an extra stat, which was knowledge, right? So I was
Right.
kind of curious about how that would factor into the game. And we're already seeing like all of the uses that knowledge can have and stuff, and the things that it kind of adds, especially when there's technology involved. So that's super cool to kind of see it like neatly like blend in just as easily. So.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that first little session.
Yeah.
There's any number of ways this could probably go depending on what you got. I mean, you have eyes on the power core, or at least the room that probably contains the power core.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what shutting down the power core will do other than disabling the alarm, but I feel like it's something we should definitely do.
Well, we're in the security room, right?
Yeah.
So can we just turn the alarm off?
Maybe. There might
We'll
be
have to
some.
find out.
You might be able to get into a system, and turn the alarm off. That doesn't necessarily mean just turning the alarm off would call off anybody on their way, but might depend on how good you roll, or if you could impersonate like calling off a signal. But that's
Now,
all.
that might be on you, Spencer.
Okay.
Yeah.
See if I can be like hack in and be like, it's a false alarm. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
False alarm. How are you?
Everything's fine. Everything's fine here. How are
Everything
you?
is great. It's awesome. But great. Yeah, we should be back here at about this time, I think next weekend, to do another session of this.
Oh yeah.
I could not tell you if they're gonna finish the heist next session, or we might need 2 more sessions depending on how things go. You never know with these things. Like, I think we did the MÖRK BORG Rot Black Sludge in 2 sessions, including character creation, and this isn't like that much longer or more complicated. So might take
Basically,
1, might take 2.
It'll come down to how much shenanigans to next episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
As always.
Yeah. Cool.
So if you feel like joining us for more shenanigans, actually Thursday.
Yeah.
We're on Thursday, right? No, that's 4th of July. We're not on Thursday.
We're
Yeah.
not on Thursday.
We'll see you
It's
we'll
next
see you-
Sunday.
Yeah, we'll see
We'll
you
see you
next
next
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll see you next Sunday for more MÖRK BORG, or Cyborg.
Cyborg.
Cyborg. So yeah, if nobody else has anything, I can give some quick shout outs, and we can close out the stream for
Wrap it
today.
up.
Let's do our attributions.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I want to give quick thank you to the team that made Cyborg, everybody at Stockholm Cartel, including I think Christian Salin did the rules and the text for the game, and Johan Nor did like the graphic design and all of the art. And obviously thanks to the team that made MÖRK BORG, that served as like huge inspiration for Cyborg, and then Free League for I think publishing the book in the United States. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for the song you hear in the background. It's called Cut and Run.
Hell yeah.
And thanks to, I ask Spencer every time, and every time he panic goes to find who made the skull image in the background.
Oh man. Yeah. Hold on.
'Cause I
I have
never
it
write it
right
down.
here. Just a moment.
Panic.
It is skulls, and it's made by documentation about text. Devocha.
Cool.
Hold on, I'll post it in the chat. But yeah.
No, you're good. So
I would also like to thank my cat Ollie to play with this stream.
yes,
He has been stealing my attention and trying to bite me, and has bitten me multiple times this stream. So you can thank Ollie.
Ollie, why?
Why, Ali?
cool.
But I posted that name in the Twitch chat, so it's a little bit easier to read on screen. So
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for playing with me today, and I hope everybody who stuck around to watch had some fun too. I will see you all next Sunday for some more Cyborg, and everybody else watching, keep on learning.
Bye.